Hello, welcome to the presentation of my web project. Today I will explain how I did my web project and what is the functions inside it. So I will start by examining each file, which is index.html, apps.js, servers MGS, index.js, and style.css. So let's start by examining HTML. And in here I had some head parameters for autoplayer, and there is some body functions. For example, I could create some divs as a container to collect them and classify them easily. This is player container. It will be used in the CSS actually, and I add some buttons, login and sign up. We will see them when I open the project, and I assign some class name for make easier to do CSS with it. And again, I have some audio element for adding audio, which is our purpose. Some control elements in here, control buttons. We will examine it later because each one of them has its own functions, and some upload controls for uploading our music files as the audio, in our case MP3 files, and some other class names. Then we add our script, front-end script, which is app.js. So let's open app.js. In app.js, as you can see, we have all the references of our HTML elements to be able to use them inside our functions. For example, we can check audio element with the corresponding ID. We can use them as a reference to be able to use functions. Then some assignments, token to null, current playlist to null, null array, empty array, and current song index -1 to start with. Then first checks when it is loaded. It will load the page, last page when I close it. For example, when I open, it will reopen the page when I closed it. It will get from the local device storage. This is what this done. Another function is for using a quick activating login, sign up authentications. For example, when I click handle sign up or handle login, it will use them. We are using @event listeners, and we have asynchron function, as you can see in here, handle login, which handles login. And first it gets our prompt, enter email, enter password, checks if we do that or not. Then it will do some backend responsibilities, for example, post methods with the appropriate our HTTP address, which is this address in here, and some error checking, some setting item in the local storage, and so on. Then handle sign up is the same, but using different parameters with the same methodology. Then we have load playlists. It will first check some error handling by if, then do the try, and check the authorization token, out token, if response okay or not, checks errors. Then again, it will await for the JSON to come by response. Then by that reason, it will load HTML or not, and render playlist else, and catch errors. And this is render playlist function. It will return an HTML block inside the div. And we have query selectors, play song button, event listeners for songs. It will play songs and so on. It will work like that. Audio control function, if index not index less than 0 and index greater than or equal current list length, it will return because it is invalid. It should return. If it is not, come here. It will search for the appropriate song file path. Then it will audio play. Then the appropriate function, render playlist, and so on. Update play button. It will update the HTML of it by using play and pause icons. And add event listener for the play button for play and pause properly with current song index -1 or length equals or greater than 0, play song by index 0, else error playing, and pause if none of them happen, else audio player pause and update button false. And for under previous button, for going previous, it will set the index. And we have next button with the same logic. It will update index by 1 and some error handling also. And we have other functions, event listener for automatic next audio previous one finished, for updating progress bar since the music continues playing, in other words, to obtaining display times. Progress bar seek function, visual representation of progress bar, volume controller for serving progress load controller, and so on. Functions goes like this. These are small functions for visualization and other things. Then and we have some others, form data. It will be used in the backend, and for toggling, dark dim, and so on. And for formatting properly, we have these mat functions for minute and second. Okay, let's move to the server.js, where is our backend execute by using Express.js with Neon database. In here, I import the necessary libraries, defining file name and their name to be able to use file name and dictionary name, creating and uploading folders, and this is path.join, their name uploads, and some functions inside them, and some storage, multer for uploading music files. Multer is some standard for doing that job, for example, uploading, and unique name, and so on. And we have some curse in order to connect the database properly. If we don't that, it will reject us to use database. So it is important middleware configuration in order to connect to use the database. And we have const.express, initialize express app for able to run our app efficiently. And this line editor showing if did not make that folders found for properly. Some express static method for making files statically. And we have here setting up database with URL inside the M file. If this block doesn't include in our code, Neon database will not accept us to use, and create database for any use, creating users and adding music, etc. And so on. This block is testing database connection and also for creating necessary tables with appropriate columns. If it does not include or we miss something, it will recreate them. And some error handling also. In here we have authentication user with some middleware functions with the next also. This request and response middleware is for creating authentication protocol by checking request headers. If necessary authentication criteria is met, it will execute next by the end middleware to get the next middleware. In other words, proceed request is authenticated. So in here we have post method for sign up. I will explain. For registering new users' data to database, storing informations to use in feature logins, and uploading music function auth endpoints. And as you can see, we have some SQL functions in here. We have some if statements to check if it's already registered or not, and some pull queries to insert into users, and some email password hash, and some responses also, and error handling. And login. Login block to log previously signed users, and it will compare if it is valid user by using bicryptip. And where is it? I want to show that. Compare passwords. Yes, in here. This is for valid password. Result the row 0 password data is compound function which works by using previously imported bicryptip method, which we import in top of our imports. So go on and comparing password with the password inside the database. So it is do that. Some responses also for error handling. We have some app.get API.songs for checking songs for general error handling and functionality purposes. You have some try methods and also error handling and SQL parameters to request by user ID. It is specific. And some upload method for uploading our files. For example, it is also using authenticate user to only people who log in or sign up can use these functions, uploading and some other functions which related to audio. It uses async request response, catch errors, and also for that, and last server side for deleting music files both from the user and song table, and also it will delete file from the file system. It will delete from the song ID. Again, it uses authentication, file result, pull query from specific SQL query by IDs. Then some error handling again for making our program robust. And app.get base phase public index HTML for rerouting us to main page. In other words, slash page where we page open when it is first loaded. This block async function is for starting servers regularly and checking is there any error occurred. Okay, let's continue with our index.js. It is also front-end and it is very similar to our app.js front-end file, so I won't explain that much because most of the functions is the same. It is also front-end, and we have the CSS file in here, and we have all the colors, animations, and so on, and toggle functions. So let's open our app by open with live server. So as I mentioned before, it opened with where I left, but I want to create something new user. So let's say it test at Gmail gmail.com with the password test1234. Yes. Sign up successful. It will open new page. So as we can see, we can upload song if you want. For example, I will use this file and enter a song title. It says, okay, yes, we upload it with some animations. As we can see, we can reduce or get over the volume of the song, and also we can restart it. We can move it in the time zone, or we can delete it if you want. But I want to add some other musics, and also to show the efficiency of it. And I want also some Frank Sinatra and add it. Yes. So let's see. It's also same. It will automatically go the next song when the previous one finish. So as you can see, it changed the song. Also, I can do it also manually. It's up to you, and I can delete the music files by the list, and it will automatically update it, and it will all the data will collect in our database. For example, test that we created inside in here. I have created some users for testing and showing how sign up worked and login work. So login, we did sign up previously. So login, what is the name of our user? And yes, this is my Gmail, so I will use that. Deniz Berke 616034 at gmail.com. Yes. What is the password? Deniz Berke 1. As we can see, login successful, and all the music files I did previously is opened. And I can open them, reduce a song, or moving forward, everything up to me. This is our web project. Thank you for listening. I explained all the files, all the codes, and also our database. We have song database for all the songs we upload, and also user database, all the users we entered. This is how this app works. Thank you for listening.